Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and the world has changed forever. You step outside and the air feels strangely quiet. There are no birds singing in the trees. The streets are empty of barking dogs. The forests are silent. No lions, no tigers, no elephants, no life moving in the wild. The oceans, too, are empty. No dolphins, no whales, no fish swimming below the surface. A planet that was once full of voices, movement, and life has suddenly fallen silent. Only humans remain. But without animals, can we really survive? What would happen to nature, to food, to our daily lives? And how long could Earth last before everything collapses?
Immediate impact. First days or weeks?
The very first shock would be silence. No birds singing in the morning. No bees buzzing in the garden. Everyday life would suddenly feel strange, empty and unnatural. Then farms would collapse. No cows to give milk, no chickens to lay eggs, no fish in the oceans. Supermarkets would run out of food within weeks, and billions of people would lose their main source of meals almost instantly.
Animals are not just here for food. They keep the whole planet alive. Bees and butterflies pollinate flowers and crops. Without them, fruits and vegetables would slowly disappear. Worms and tiny insects keep the soil alive, and scavengers clean the earth by breaking down dead plants and animals. If they all vanished, farms would dry up, forests would lose their strength, and rivers would turn polluted. Grasslands would become barren deserts. Nature's balance is delicate, and without animals, it would collapse completely. The earth would begin to fall apart piece by piece until it no longer feels like home. If all animals vanished, human civilization would face a disaster. Farming would collapse overnight. No cows for milk, no chickens for eggs, no fish from the oceans. People would have to survive only on plants, and that wouldn't be enough. Within months, food shortages would spread, hunger would rise, and chaos would take over cities. But the loss is not just about food. Animals are deeply tied to our culture and way of life. Imagine a world with no horses to ride, no cats or dogs as pets, no birds in the sky, no wildlife safaris, and no zoos for children to visit. Humanity would lose more than survival. We would lose friendship, inspiration, and beauty. The world would feel empty, not just physically, but emotionally too. Long-term effects. If animals disappeared forever, the earth itself would slowly begin to die. Without bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, plants and crops would stop growing. Grasslands, farms, and green fields would slowly turn into dry, barren lands. Forests and rivers. Forests would weaken because new trees couldn't grow. Seeds would never spread. Rivers and oceans would become polluted and lifeless because no animals or fish would remain to keep ecosystems clean. Breath of life. Without healthy plants and forests, oxygen levels would drop. Breathing would become harder, and the air would turn hot, dry, and toxic for humans. Planet's transformation. Within a few centuries, Earth would lose its blue and green colors. The planet would slowly fade into a brown, dusty wasteland. Oceans would dry up, forests would vanish,
and grasslands would disappear completely.
The end of humanity. Without animals, humans would not survive either. Finally, Earth would become a silent, lifeless world, just like Mars.